Hello and welcome to this tutorial on how to make a do-it-yourself charcoal water purification system. Now the charcoal water purification system is sort of a subcategory of the activated carbon method of water purification and or water filtration. Basically what the activated carbon method entails is that water is poured into a system and chemically bonds with carbon molecules, thereby removing contaminants from the water. Now you're going to want your setup to look something like this. You're going to need grass, charcoal, of course. I used bamboo charcoal, doesn't really matter. Dirt or soil, and of course a container, which I just used a plastic bottle of water. It's the most convenient. I also sort of severed the top off, as you can see, which makes it easier, of course, to put the grass, charcoal, soil, and all that inside the filtration system. And later we're going to want to poke holes in the bottom of this so that the water can pass through and be emptied out into this container. Now once you've got your setup all in order, the first step is simply to add the grass. Put a fair amount there. You're going to want it to cover about the bottom fifth of your container. So our next step is we're just going to add dirt. So I got a nice little cup to help me scoop it and just put it in there. And now for our third layer, we're going to add the charcoal. Alright, now let's just put that last layer of grass, removing all the extra stems and leaves and stuff we don't want. Just get it in. Alright, so you can see I got my 5 layers, I got my knife. On a hiking trip, it'll probably be a Swiss Army knife as opposed to a kitchen knife, but works just as well, you know. And for this step, you'll probably actually want to cover up the top with pretty much anything. It doesn't have to be plastic wrap, but since you're going to be turning it over to poke holes in the bottom, you don't want anything to fall out. Right, so now that I poked some holes or slits at the bottom of the container, all that's left is to pour the water through and watch the filtration process take place. Also make sure the container that it empties out into is perfectly clean and sterilized when you do this, or else the water may be contaminated. Because remember, this is where the drinkable water is going to be emptied into. So let's pour it. And you can see it coming out of the bottom. And with that, the filtration is pretty much complete. Now, just a couple things to say. One, you don't want the holes at the bottom of your bottle to be too wide, or else some of the dirt residue will spill in and contaminate your water. And second, this is actually not the only way to do this. I know some people only use 1 layer of dirt and 1 layer of grass, but here I used grass, dirt, charcoal, dirt, and grass again in that order. This is just how me and my dad have always done it. He always told me to do it this way, and we always prepared to do it this way should any emergency have occurred when we go, you know, hiking up on Mount Baker. Thankfully, no such emergency ever did happen, but hopefully if it ever happens to you, you can use what you learned here, and it might just save your life. So stay safe, and thank you for watching.